Hello, everyone. So, I thought I'd have a little chat today because I just got done recording a beautiful video. I've been feeling really creative this rising, so let me show you my view here. So, this is where I've been staying for the past month, and I just thought I'd come on here and talk about how important our environment is to our healing journey. Guys, let me tell you, if we truly prioritized our environments, even if you are someone who is in a position where you're not able to leave your environment, we have to find moments throughout our day where we are in control of where we are in our environment, whether that means going outside for a quick walk, taking just 15 minutes to self to be in nature, to recollect your thoughts, and to go within. It will change your life drastically. I don't know if you guys, how long you've been here with me on my journey, but um, a couple months back, I want to say about 7 or 8 months ago, I decided to start doing this thing where I would go on a daily walk. I've been walking a lot for the last couple of years, but I wanted to start journaling my experience through video, through words, etc. And I can honestly say that those moments are what has gotten me here. Those moments are what brought me so much peace and clarity in order to move on in my life. And now I'm here in the jungle. And next week I'll be somewhere else in another beautiful healing space. So I just say this to say that even if you are in a situation where you feel like your environment is really holding you back, find little moments throughout the day where you can be with self, where you can change your environment, because those little moments will add up and then eventually you will be exactly where you want to be. And that's in all aspects of life. So if you can take a walk, for 15 to 30 minutes a day, find a park, go into nature, go to the library, go to a cafe, and block that time off just for you versus sitting in the midst of the chaos. Because we are a product of our environment, and not to get too scientific, but there have been many, many studies that show that when you put a cell into a certain culture or environment, that cell has no choice but to adapt to its environment. It becomes its environment. You are no different from a cell. In fact, you are made up of trillions and trillions of cells. So, why is it that we don't apply that same logic to ourselves? Any environment that we're in, a toxic household, a toxic relationship, a toxic work environment, all of that it has an effect on us, whether we can see it or not, whether we're aware of it or not. And the worst type of effects are subconscious, the ones that we don't see or know about. So we want to consciously start taking control of our environments and going to places that bring us peace, or going to places where we can hear our thoughts and plan and process and find ways to create more of those moments. One story that I have for you guys is that a couple years ago, I went to a retreat, and it was in the Amazons. And before going on this retreat, my life was just completely in shambles. I had no idea what I was going to do, where I was going to go, how I was going to do it. Probably had about $100 to my name and all these bills to pay, and I just didn't know what to do. I knew I was going to figure it out. I just didn't know how, when, or where. And my guys just told me to go on this retreat to the Amazons, mind you. And I had just enough left after paying for the retreat and everything. I had about $100 left. So that's just enough for me to get food, or to accommodate any emergencies or anything of that nature. And I was really confused because I was like, why am I going here knowing that I have things I have to figure out? And I kept meditating on it. They kept telling me to go on this retreat. And it was while I was on this retreat, sitting at the top of the mountains in the Sierras, Los Madres, and I pull out my journal. And we had just done a group meditation on top of this mountain, and I pulled out my journal and I just downloaded this plan, this plan of action, this plan of how I was going to go back and turn my life around. And it was in this moment of silence, in this moment of changing my environment, and being surrounded by others who just were at peace and just high vibrational. I was able to download this plan, and when I got back from the retreat, I immediately started to put the plan into action. But I truly believe that I would not have been able to receive that download had I not followed the calling to change up my environment, even if it was just for a weekend or a few days. And so it's in those moments where we remove ourselves from the problem, if you will, or the chaos or the environment where we feel disconnected. When we remove ourselves, we open up that connection. And that's what this is all about. It's all about receiving, channeling, downloading. But you can't do that if you're blocked off from because of your environment. And when you start to do this, so many beautiful things begin to happen. You start thinking differently. You start seeing the world differently. You start trying new things. You start changing your habits. You start eating differently. Life just starts to shift. And those little moments of stepping away from your current environment, such as, a toxic environment, toxic home, toxic workplace, the more you step away, step out of it, the more you start to create this reality that aligns with who you are becoming and who you want to be. And then all of a sudden, one day you wake up and you're like completely removed from that old environment and you're surrounded by the new, and this becomes your life. So, yeah, that's my little rant for today on why it's so crucial for us to take control of our environments little by little and eventually all at once in order to create our desired reality. And that's what this is all about. It's about you knowing that you can live exactly how you want to live. And therefore it is done. All right, guys, until next time.